All right, let's continue on from the Robert Haig fiasco. Phillies goaltender, by the way, Anthony Stolarz, Steve Mason, Ray Emery, R.I.P. Razor, and Rob Zepp. Damn. Pittsburgh. What do we got for the Penguins? We have Marc-Andre Fleury, Thomas Greiss, Jari, rockin' medium starter, high NHL backup Matt Murray. If only they knew. If only they knew. Offensively, Letang, Olimata. This was a great era for Finnish prospects that didn't pan out. Medium elite, Derek Pouliot. Low 7th, Brian Dumoulin. Some of these are real bad. High top 6, Bo Bennett. AHL potential, Tom Kuhnhackl. Some of these are crazy, man. Oh, goodness. David Perron, Chris Kunitz. At least Kapanen had a good potential. Oscar Sundqvist wasn't highly touted at the time, apparently. And for the centers, 96 overall max trade value, Sidney Crosby. And, yeah. Of course, this team was just about ready, minus a few finishing touches, to win back-to-back. We get to the Sharks. One of the teams they'd beat in those efforts. Pavelski, Couture, Jochen Couture, Joe Thornton. Old Joe Thornton. Jumbo Hurdle must have already had the 4-goal game. They love themselves some Tommy Wingles. Shout out to Noah Rod. Left wing side, Patty Marleau, Matt Nieto. Rafi Torres before the 41-game suspension. Sheesh. The legend. 72 overall, John Scott. Delightful. Also, low AHL bottom 6 forward, Kevin Labanc. Medium elite, Nikolai Goldobin. That didn't age too well. No faith in Barclay Goodrow to develop, or Ryan Carpenter. Does Mike Brown have a great mustache? Oh, baby, he does. Of course Mike Brown has a great mustache. Look at that beaut. God. Defensively, Vlasic, Burns. Medium 4, Mirko Mueller. Goodness. Medium 7, Dylan DeMello. And then goaltenders, Antoniemi, Alex Stalock, Aaron Dell. Didn't get too much love. St. Louis, you ready for a fun one? Oh, he's not even there. Did it happen in the previous game and then the update went through? I thought Brodeur was going to be a blue. But it's Brian Elliott, Jake Allen, Ville Husso, Jordan Binnington, low AHL starter. Where's the lie? Am I right? Let's see. Petrangelo, Shattenkirk, Bouwmeester. Damn. He retired midseason. So he would have been on the Blues at the beginning of this game. If we go to a prior update, he would have been there. Good to know. Medium 7th, Edmondson. No respect on Yanni Hakanpää. Damn. We missed the cutoff for Marty. Oshie, Tarasenko, Ty Ratty. They hadn't given up on Ty Ratty developing. They finally took a little bit away from Dmitry Askin. Let's see. Left wing side, Alex Steen, Jaden Schwartz, Magnus Pajärvi. Where we go to your custom roster 15. Again, I didn't have one for 15. 16 would be the first year that I had one. Barbashev, the GOAT. NHL 14 made me a Barbashev fan. That's for sure. 18-year-old Robbie Fabry. Leokin and Marcel Gotch as a blue. That's weird. No potential whatsoever for Sammy Blais. Are the St. Louis Blues. Tampa Bay would make it to the Stanley Cup final this season. Stammer, 87 overall flipper. Goodness. Medium bottom 6, Braden Point. That's better than what he was rated previously. Alex Killorn, medium bottom 6, Braden Point. Oof. Fucking oof. Palat, Adam Ernie with a low 9. Brendan Morrow. God, a lot of these guys did not make it. Medium AHL top 6, Yanni Gord. Right wing side, high elite Jonathan Drouin with a low top 6, Nikita Kucherov. In fairness, Kucherov is an 86 already. JT Brown, I believe. Medium bottom 6, Jonathan Marchessault. Defensively, Victor Hedman. Medium 4, D'Angelo, before he'd shoot himself in the foot over and over again. High 7, Jake Sachin, Schuster. Nikita Nesterov. God, there's so many of these guys. Over subsequent games, they ended up with decent potentials, I'm pretty sure. Goaltender. Vasi is there as a low elite, but Ben Bishop is peak Ben Bishop at this stage. And Kristers Gudlevskis, the Latvian hero. We get to the Toronto Maple Leafs with Bernier and Reimer in goal. Gibson, Sparks, and Bebo. They got the potentials right for all of them. Defense, Morgan Riley. High 4, Matt Finn. Dion Phaneuf. Medium elite, Jake Gardner. Polak, Eric Brewer. Robida Island. God. Renat Valiev. Damn. Right wing side, Phil Kessel, Nathan Horton, who of course never played because he was already hurt, but they didn't nuke his overall. Richard Panik. Is that Casey Bailey? That's a name I haven't heard of in a while. Andreas Janssen, or Andreas Johnson, as he would have been known. Tyler Biggs, Matt Fratton, Brandon Cozen, Connor Brown. What a team. I've said that a lot, but this one might take the cake. David Booth, Josh Levo. The game finally gave up on Brad Ross. Took him long enough. Then centers, Kadri, Bozak, 18-year-old William Nylander rocking a medium top 6. Freddie Gauthier, Peter Holland, Leo Komarov. Nick, thank you very much for the sub there. Appreciate it. Welcome in. Welcome. We're going through a lot of NHL franchise modes from games past because 24 sucks. So yeah, hey, plenty of this. If this is something you enjoy. Also, shout out to Leafs legend Carter Verhaeghe. Vancouver. We got on the old Vancouver Canucks. Sedin, medium top 6, Bo Horvat. Bonino, medium 9, Jared McCann. Cole Castles, that's a name who did not pan out, unfortunately. Left wing side, Hunter Shinkarik still rocking a medium elite. Jake Virtanen's there. Brennan Gouds, medium elite, Sven Berschke. This was definitely around the time where it felt like there was some peak Canucks bias. Corey Conacher. Right wing side. Shout out to Ripley, a whole ass year. Ripley, thank you very much for that 1 year, though. I appreciate it tremendously. How are you? And welcome to that old gold badge club. That's not a thing, but you're a part of it now. So, hey. Yeah. You guys would have looked at the right wings already. Their defense. Man, they love Dan Hamhuis. Frankie Corrado. Medium 4, Jordan Subban. That's a weird one. Andre Padan, the legend. Played 9 hours of pro clubs with my friends, and we plan to play only like 3. That's what happens on pro clubs. Without fail, that is what happens with FC pro clubs. Ryan Miller. Eddie Lack, Jake Markstrom. What a trio of goaltenders for the Vancouver Canucks, huh? Wow, that's weird to see. And then, last but not least, nope, never mind. The penultimate team, the Winnipeg Jets. High starter Eric Comrie. Andre Pavelik, low NHL starter Connor Hellebuck. 81 overall Hutch. And Peter Budaj. Damn. Get someone decided to play keeper in a promotion game and lost 8-1. That wasn't very wise, was it? Myers, Bufflin, Enstrom, Jacob Trumba. 83, though, for his debut. Medium 6 for Morrissey. Shout out to Grant Klitzum. Tremendous name. High 7th for Ben Sherratt. Oh, the Jets. That right-hand side, Blake Wheeler. Scott Kosmachuk. Yoel Armia. All right, Winnipeg. All right. And again, the Jets would make a Western Conference final in the next couple of years. Medium 6, Nick Ehlers. All right. Low 9, Adam Lowry. This has literally become, let's just watch Adam Lowry grow up through his in-game player pictures. No longer a 12-year-old, Adam Lowry. Tremendous. Then down the middle, Mark Scheifele. Little Nick Patan. Andrew Kopp. Noted adult, Adam Lowry. And now, last but not least, the Washington Capitals. Kenny Kuznetsov had arrived. Medium AHL top 6 for noted Stanley Cup champion Chandler Stevenson. Left wing side, Ovi Burakovsky had arrived. Shout out to Curtis Glencross. Nathan Walker. Right wing side, Tom Wilson had arrived. High 6 for Tom Wilson at this stage. Low AHL top 6 for Jakub Vrana. I mean, he's had a weird career since this time. Defense, John Carlson, Mike Green, Carl Alsner, Matt Niskanen. Man, damn good trade values for Connor Carrick, Madison Bowie. Tim Gleason on the Capitals. I don't remember that at all. And medium 7th, Nate Schmidt at the very bottom. Their goaltenders, Braden Holtby had officially arrived. Justin Peters, Philip Grubauer, Phoenix Copley. And that is it. With that, we can finally say, let's start this whole process. But we do have to take a look at our team. Again, we are controlling the Arizona Coyotes. So this is what we look like out of the gates with Mike Smith and a good prospect still in Mark Visentin. There's, I believe that was Brendan Burke. Braden Burke was a forward. But a 6th round pick, medium starter. Brendan Burke. You got Louis Domingue, who's not going to make it. Longhammer, Mike McKenna, David Leggio. At least we have Mark Visentin to kind of build up around once Mike Smith isn't going to be here anymore. Defensively, oh, God, okay. We have OEL. John Moore's not bad. Michael Stone, Brandon Gormley. And then it falls off a cliff. Connor Murphy, Klaus Dahlbeck. Oh my God. It fell off a cliff. No wonder why they finished second last in the league this season. Right wing side, Doan's still here. Henrik Samuelsson has a good potential. Dude, there's nobody else. Like, no disrespect to former Portland Pirate Phil Lane, but holy God, we have our work cut out for us. Left wing side, Max Domi. Okay. We have Domi and Perlini. And Anthony Duclair, he's a medium 9. Okay. Domi, Perlini, Duclair. Bodker's only 24. All right. Artie Erat's already here. Galesio. No respect for Michael Bunting or Christian Dvorak. They will be non-factors for us in this run. That's a shame. And then at center, Martin Hansel, Gagne, Laurent Dauphin, Ryan McInnes. Yeah, we have our work cut out for us with this roster, don't we? This will be a time. And for the record, I will look at free agents, even though, again, I'm not going to sign anybody out of the gates. We had the likes of Yanni Pikkinen, Dustin Penner, Todd Bertuzzi, and Sammy Salo were still there. But yeah, we're not going to sign any of them. And then goalies, Tim Thomas, Hobby Bulin. It drops off a bit from there. But yeah, nobody that we're going to sign, at least not out of the gates. So let's go take a look. NHL 15, next gen. I'd say we're finally officially underway. So let's see here. We can go to roster moves. It's very weird to be navigating these menus, by the way. So for our goaltenders, Smith and Domingue, that's not it. We can go with Mike McKenna. We can go with Mike McKenna and drop Louis Domingue. Apparently, I'd be under the cap if I did that. Yeah, I have 17 million in cap space. I said I wasn't going to sign anybody. I'm on 50 contracts, too. I might not be able to do anything with the roster. Shit. Okay. Let's fix the rest of the team then really quickly. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh my God, Andrew Campbell is one of my best defensemen. What am I going to do? This is, apparently bumping up a skater would mean I'm still under the cap. This is an issue they've just now fixed, by the way, in 24. Can I call up Henrik Samuelsson? Yeah, I think I'm going to have to leave this team exactly as is. I'm not even going to mess with it anymore. It is what it is our official approach. So let's take a look at the lines for our first season here. It goes Bodker, Hansel, and Doan. Korpikoski, Gagne, Erat. Ty McGinn with Kyle Chipchura and David Moss. BJ Crombie, Joe Vitale, and Craig Cunningham. Okay. Defense, OEL and Brandon Gormley. Michael Stone with John Moore. And Andrew Campbell with Connor Murphy. I cannot imagine we're going to be that good of a team. It's tough to envision. Yikes. This is going to be something. I'm excited. Mostly. Kind of. I'm not sure. To the trade block we go. Let's go ahead and just open up the block as we typically do. It is worth noting, of course, like the GM rep and stuff like that no longer exists. So, we don't have to worry about that. Surplus, literally anything. Just offer me trades and I'll let you know if I accept them. It's like a non-playoff team, but not a bottom 2 team. I suppose it depends on what trades occur, right? There's a lot that we could do here. Let's clear out the trade block. All right, and again, we'll just fully open the block and see what offers we get. I mean, it's obviously our goal is to kind of tear down before we build back up. I don't think we have anything else left to do. I am refamiliarizing myself with the menus a little bit. I think we're good, right? Just go to the calendar and see how it goes. I don't know what it is. Like, the presentation isn't bad, but in so many ways, it feels so bare bones compared to the previous game on 360 and PS3. We do get our first trade offer. It's swapping our first this year for Buffalo's first next in a second. I'm not going to take that. John Moore and a third. So basically, John Moore for Michael Paliota and a second. Yeah, the preseason isn't there, by the way, either. Let me look at this. How good's John Moore again? Huh. I forgot about that. That's actually kind of cool. There's a compare feature. Did NHL 15 do something cool? What? I don't buy it. NHL 15 did something cool? You can compare assets directly. Their attributes, their dude, this is okay. Oh, hold on. Hold on. NHL 15 actually has something cool. Like the next gen edition. So I can directly compare. I don't even have to back out. I can compare the draft pick value. Huh. I had no recollection of this at all. This is actually really, really cool. Yeah, can someone clip this, please, by the way? Or remind me to clip it. I'll mark down a note to clip this, by the way, at about the 1:15 mark of this stream. That's crazy. I don't plan on giving up John Moore, at least not right now, because he is still a younger defenseman, and I feel like we could bump up his trade value a bit before we dealt him. That is actually a pretty damn cool feature. I like it. I like it a lot. I'm not trading Martin Hansel for Chris Phillips. Chris Phillips was old at this stage, so that's... I'm not going to do that either for Patrick Elias. I like Patrick Elias, but not that much. Lost our first 2 games of the year, by the way. Yeah, I'm not trading for Captain Andrew Ferentz either. The trade offers aren't inherently bad. They're just not ones I want to accept. But like I said, I was intrigued to fully open up the block instead of being more specific with it, just to see what the offers looked like. Chicago really wants John Moore, so maybe they'll continue to up that offer. Two second-round picks and Lori Korpikoski for Chris Phillips and a first. What's Korpikoski look like right now? Just compare him to Chris Phillips. All right, Korpikoski's a solid NHL level forward at an 83 overall, but he is 28 years old. He's not going to get much better. He does have 3 years left on his deal. But dude, I really like this. Holy shit. That's actually, oh, dude, when you show draft picks, it actually shows like, hey, it shows their last 10 games, how many games they have left, their current record. These are actually NHL 15. NHL 15. Okay. All right. Do I view that first round pick as more valuable than 2 seconds? And I think the answer is yes, because we could probably flip Chris Phillips. I'm going to take this. I think 1 first is more valuable than 2 seconds. I think we'll be able to flip Chris Phillips. I want that Ottawa first rounder. Let's do it. So there you go. Our first deal, Lori Korpikoski and Chris Phillips swapped in a deal involving draft picks. Lethal to 10 months on the primer. Compare my 10-month sub with my first month one. Well, you've become progressively more handsome. I can't say for sure if that's coincidence. I don't think so. I'm just saying. Why the hell would I have to call up a forward right now? Or do I have to call up a forward? I'm so confused. Can I call up Henrik Samuelsson? Yeah, the injuries might result in me using best lines a lot. Yeah, I can't even call up Bolduc. We'll deal with it. We will deal with it. Sam Gagner in a third for Jan Heda. Jan Heda was old at this point. No, thank you. And John Moore is back already. Beautiful. Nope. Edmonton really wants to dip Andrew Ferentz down to us too here. It's the McDavid Eichel sweepstakes. I don't think Eichel's in the game because USA player. Or no, was he in the game on ZSC? I don't know if he was in the game or not. A 3rd round pick and Ty McGinn. I am going to take this for the sole purpose of Sean Horkoff gets paid a lot of money. Just to get some cap maneuverability, I am going to accept this trade. So, welcome Sean Horkoff to the desert. And that should allow me to maneuver things around with the team a little bit. Apparently, Mike Smith is hurt. And it did call up Mike McKenna. Why was I thinking Matthews, not Eichel? Sorry. Yeah, I don't know why I was thinking about Matthews on ZSC the year before instead of Eichel. I read Jack Eichel, too. Eichel definitely wouldn't be in the game, given that he was in college. My apologies for a dumb mistake that happens when I get distracted with random shit. You know what's really weird? You can't sort by forwards. I'm just noticing this. You can't sort by forwards. Kinda weird. We call up Jordan Schwartz. Left wing side. I wouldn't mind sending Toby Reeder down to the AHL. I want to keep Lesio down there too. Let's swap Jerzinski for Toby Reeder. And then center-wise, 1, 2, 3, 4. We can send down Mark Arcabello. Send down the Arcabello. See if he clears waivers. Please. You cannot continue without... All right, well, Mark, guess what? That's kind of weird. Congratulations, you get to stay on the roster. Going through the rosters. I mean, yeah, Cody, there was a lot to do with the rosters to look at, man. There's a lot to look at. Whoops. Was I not able? Oh, that's right. The AHL existed, but you had no control over it whatsoever. Forgot about that part. You could technically send players down, and it would say, cool, they're in the AHL, but you couldn't actually do anything in relation to the AHL. Tremendous. Well, before then we continue on, because we are continuing on. Don't worry. I do need to look at the greatest jerseys of all time. Ooh, okay, I didn't even notice. The Adirondack Flames were in this game for the first time. I did not even notice. Here, let me go over to the side, just in case anything gets cut off. Woo, these menus were not the fastest. They were not the fastest. The Albany Devils, Binghamton, Bridgeport. Did the Charlotte Checkers have that sweet alternate jersey? They never do. They never do. Hamilton, Hartford, Hershey, Iowa, Lake Erie, the Lehigh Valley Phantoms, Manchester, Milwaukee. There they are. Oh, wow, this one didn't even have the alternate. That must have been next year's game. Son of a bitch. Guess it was Legacy that had it. Well, never mind then. It's fine that we can't control the AHL. But I won't be using the Coyotes in the next game. So, what are you going to do? We go back. Be a GM. All right. Well, let's march on then. Continue to see if we can get some trades. God help me if the draft isn't in this game. I know it was patched in, but you never know. Crash Andrews, you handsome devil. How are you? I do not want to trade for Matt Cook on a boat. I do not want to trade for Matt Cook with a goat. Sam Gagner in a third for Mark Streit, a fourth and a sixth. How good was Sam Gagner at the time? Gagner is 25 years old. He's not going to get much better. Mark Streit would obviously add a little bit more cap, but I think he's probably less movable. I'm going to say no to that particular trade. Hawks with the gifted sub, by the way, to Reds Rebels. Reds, welcome back for the 14th month. Mark Vizentine and Kyle Chipchura for Nick Shore, Alex Roach, and the Kings' first-round pick. Now, obviously, it's the Kings in 2015. You expect them to be good. Vizentine, 76 overall. NHL starter potential at 22. And Kyle Chipchura is a really solid bottom sixer. Roach isn't going to be anything. Shore is a bottom sixer at best. Basically, do I think I can get anything better with that first than I will get out of Mark Vizentine in goal? That's a tough one. 22, 76. I'm going to say no. For now, at least. Just because it's the Kings. Just because. A third and Chip Chura for Andy Ferentz. We're not doing that either. Correct, Crash, you big loser. Dude, they desperately want me to trade Andy Ferentz. Martin Hanzal, Brendan Burke, and Dyson Mayo for a first-round pick and Eric Brewer. It's tough to want to move Martin Hanzal right now. We know Eric Brewer's older. Hanzal is 27. He is what he is. He is what he is. Burke does have starter potential. I'm going to say no to that for now, too. Just because if you trade Martin Hanzal to Toronto now, he does make them better in the short term and might make them too good. I do not need to trade for Jerome McGinley right now. I love me some Jerome McGinley. We do not need to trade for Jerome McGinley. We also are not going to trade for Todd Bertuzzi. I don't need anybody to break somebody else's neck. You know, I'm good. Mike Smith is back. Let's just go best lines. It's fine by me. Bod. Ooh. How old was Mikhail Bodker? I apparently can't do this. I'd be under the minimum cap, so I don't even think it'll let it go through. Yeah, Bodker's only 24. I'm going to say no to that as well. I am going to say no to that as well. Hanzal for a first, an underrated Victor Arvidsson, and Irving. We'll decline that too. To be honest, for the sake of sim speed, I might have to, well, maybe not. Hold on. David Moss, Alex Bolduc for a fourth, Veyu and Vanelli. What do we got here? So David Moss, 32-year-old, bottom the middle sixer. Bolduc's a middle sixer. Vanelli's not going to be anything. Veyu's not going to be anything. It's basically, do I want to give up 2 roster dudes for a fourth? I mean, it makes me worse. The goal right now is to be bad. They're on expiring. Let's do it. It's only a 4th round pick, but hey, pick is a pick. We'll take it. Why not? John Moore for a second and a highly underrated Chandler Stevenson. We'll say no to that as well. Eric Calda for a 4th and a 7th. Calda. I think it was Eric Calda at least. Medium, presumably a medium bottom 6 forward, 64 overall, 19 years old. Like, he's fine, but I'll take the picks. Sure. That's the reason why I'm not turning off offers right now. So that is the reason. John Moore in a 3rd. The Hawks want John Moore so badly. So badly. I'm not trading for Todd Bertuzzi. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. I'm also not trading for Patrick Elias. Leave me alone. I'm going to say no for that as well, at least for Hanzal. Like, our super high value players, again, we got to wait it out. Heat, they give it a 5 months on the primer. How the heck are ya? We don't want to do that 1st round pick swap with Buffalo. Gormley in a 3rd for a 2nd. Ruop and Lindo. I'm going to say no to that too. I did, Nighthawk. I did. Bodker and Stone. I'm going to wait too. We want 1st round picks, but for the super high value dudes, it is best to wait. Kyle Chipchura for Ruslan Fedotenko, a 5th and a 6th. Chipchura's 28. Bottom 6 guy. Fedotenko's the veteran at this point. I mean, I'll take the draft picks. We'll keep hoarding. Why not? It's not quite as ridiculous as the Buffalo NHL 14 run happened to be with hoarding draft picks out of the gates. We've also won 4 games in a row. Jesus. 11, 12, and 0 is our record right now, boys. I'm going to have to stop asking. I'm going to have to ask you to stop winning games here. I'm not giving up a 3rd in a deal to take Andrew Ference. You better give me the 3rd. Gagne in a 3rd for Mark Straight. That's not going to happen either. Not at all. Not at all. Let's see. 12, 12, and 0. We are pretty mid. We don't need Patrick Marleau. Well, he's not mid. He is old. We continue to get quite a few similar deals. I don't want Andrew Ference. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Goodness. Well, sim speed's not that bad. It's definitely faster than what the previous game was. It'd be even faster if I didn't have the trade offers up. That's okay. Hansel for a 1st, a 3rd, and Thomas. Again, if I'm going to trade Martin Hansel for a 1st, I need to make sure it's a little bit later on in the season, but we know for sure just how good certain 1st-rounders are. I don't think it'll be difficult to move him at all. The Leafs are desperate for him. I don't really want to trade Brandon Gormley either. 2/3, and goddamn, I'm not giving up picks to get Andrew Ference. Leave me alone. But yeah, Martin Hansel, Mikhail Bodker, these are guys that are very, very much in demand right now. We'll be able to take advantage of that later on. Basically Stone for a 2nd and TVR. Stone is 24 and an 81. He's probably not going to get much better. TVR is 23, but top 4 defensive potential, only a 73. Basically, Michael Stone's not going to get too much better. I'm willing to take that. We'll go Stone for basically a 2nd in TVR. TVR doesn't have too much value, but I think we can do that. That's not a bad deal from Chicago. Even if we know Chicago is going to be good. I do not want Mark Streit. Leave me alone. Hansel and Vitali for Marleau. I don't want Patrick Marleau. Leave me alone. Oh, we're going to be here for a while, aren't we?